Today I'll be making these Saru and Misaki bows. We'll be using felt, thread, and ribbon. The felt colors we need include white, peach, light brown, yellow, red, dark blue, light blue, medium blue, and navy blue. I'll mostly be using matching thread colors to the felt. However, the thread won't generally be seen, so you don't have to match them. In this case, I recommend using white thread. I'll also be using red and blue ribbon, but feel free to use whatever ribbon colors you want. First, we'll cut out the pattern that has been provided in the description below. Pin the template pieces on the felt and cut them out. To make the head, we'll be using a blanket stitch. First, make a knot in the thread and thread the needle completely through one piece of felt. Line up the second piece to the first piece, with the knot being in between the two pieces. Thread the needle through the second and the first piece of felt. As we're pulling the needle through, there will be a loop in the thread. Make sure to pull the needle through this loop. Continue until you're done 3/4 of the way. Then fill with stuffing, finish sewing, and close with a knot. Now we'll be viewing the details for Misaki. Let's start off with his hat. Make a knot and line up the pieces of felt together. Thread the needle through both pieces, then thread the needle back through both pieces, slightly above where the needle just came out from. Continue this along the top of the hat. At the end, tie a knot and cut the leftover thread. Now flip the hat inside out. Next, we'll be sewing the back piece of the hair. Match the back hair piece to the back of the head. Make a knot and thread the needle through the edge of the headpiece. Then thread the needle through one side of the hairpiece. Make sure the needle doesn't go all the way to the other side. Thread the needle back through the inside edge of the head and continue this till the end. It's okay if the sewing isn't perfect for this part, since the hat will cover it up. For the eyes, we'll be laying the pieces on top of each other and sewing them down with an invisible stitch. To do this, we'll start with threading the needle all the way through the brown part of the eye. Then thread the needle through one side of the yellow piece of the eye. Make sure the needle doesn't go all the way through. Bring the needle back down to the brown felt and continue doing this till the end. Once done, make a knot and thread the needle through the middle of the brown felt. Thread the needle through a black piece of felt and back into the brown felt. Then make a knot. Stitch the brown part of the eye onto the white part. To stitch the eyelashes, thread the needle into the corner of the white felt, then thread the needle through the corner of the eyelashes. This will make sure the eyelashes is placed correctly. Finish sewing the eyelashes on. Pin the eyes and the side hairpieces on the face and stitch them on with an invisible stitch. Put his hat back on and Misaki is now completed. Repeat the back hair steps and the eye steps for Saru. Once done, place the glasses piece around the eyes and stitch on with a visible stitch. For his front hairpiece, first pin it to his face. Make a knot and thread the needle through the front of the head. Thread the needle through one side of the hairpiece while making sure it doesn't go all the way through. Continue this till the end, then make a knot and cut off the extra pieces of thread. Now both faces are done. To make the bow, first cut out 40 inches of the chosen ribbon. Measure out 11 inches from the top of the ribbon, then fold downwards. Then measure 5 inches and fold the ribbon piece upwards. Make the next fold just a little bit smaller than the previous folds. You can now make adjustments to the ribbon loops. Tuck the extra ribbon piece behind and stitch the ribbon with a running stitch to hold it together. After making the other side, layer the pieces on top of each other and sew it together. Cut out 24 inches of the same ribbon. Fold this in half and place the bow in the center. Sew a small knot in the middle to keep everything in place. Cut out small triangles at the bottom of both sides of the hanging ribbon. You will need to make 2 of these. Glue a hair clip to the bow, then glue Misaki's face in the middle of the bow. Do the same for the second bow with Saru. Now you're done!